I had a mentor which once told me that if it's not scary, it's not worth it. At that point, we were discussing some steps and he was giving me some guidance. How should I approach a strength and conditioning niche for badminton players, for online coaching? And he was saying to me, like, send some messages to badminton players, ask what problems they're dealing with, what injuries and things like that. And I was like, Steve, that's a little bit scary to approach a stranger and just simply ask them, oh, what problems you're dealing with? And if it's not scary, it's not worth it. So you'll get some feedback from those players, and then you can start developing programs around them and then trying to resolve those issues. I found that extremely scary. That quote made me think, and it sits with me for over 3 years now. So today, I want to talk exactly why doing scary things is normally one of the best things in life that you can do. For that, I'll take my business as an example. It's a personal training studio, and it's a massive investment dealing with agents, landlord, and generally buying equipment, trying to borrow money if you don't have enough to open the studio. And also, one of the scariest things is, will I have enough clients to cover all the bills? Will this business be successful? And will I make a good living out of it? Now, it's normal to have all those questions in your mind before you start something, because that's your brain trying to push you away from taking that step forward. Because it's much easier to stay comfortable, and that's what we all like to do. We all like to be comfortable within ourselves and try not to take some scary steps which we're thinking of. It might be starting a business, it might be asking a girl out, it might be trying to create the same content as I do. This idea for the video came from actually my friend saying this to me. Yesterday I said he's a good videographer and he knows really well what he's doing. However, he's not creating that much content himself. So for the last few months, maybe even longer, I have been pushing him, just create some videos on YouTube. It doesn't matter what you'll create, just start doing that. And yesterday he was like, oh, it's quite scary. I don't know what my friends will think. But that's the thing. It doesn't matter like what your friends will think, because if they're not stepping out of their comfort zone on a regular basis, it's easier for them to criticize you for what you're doing than actually pursuing their own ideas. Because it's a more comfortable thing to do to tell someone that you will fail at something instead of just trying to support that person. If you are trying to step out of your comfort zone and, let's say, open a business in a way that shows to your friends that they're not doing certain things as well as you do, or they are not capable or stepping out of their comfort zone and pursuing their own dreams, that comes within a certain amount of discomfort. So that leads them to criticizing you. One of my clients that I started training 3 months ago, she wants to lose weight. That's quite a normal thing. It's a bit scary for her to walk into the gym. She doesn't like to be around people, and she's a little bit scared of taking that step. Also, there's a financial risk involved. She doesn't know whether I'm good at what I'm doing. I'm saying that I'll help you to lose weight, but she doesn't really know whether that will work or not, because most people coming to me, they have failed multiple times already. And we started training. First thing that her dad said, what you will do with the loose skin when you will lose that weight. Imagine that's the first time someone starts to work on their health and your immediate family says that, oh, what you will do with the loose skin. Well, for me, simply, we're going to deal with that problem in the future. Once she will get to the point where she has excess skin, it means she lost the weight, she achieved her goal. Her new problem will be taking that skin, doing a skin tuck, whatever. Or she might even be comfortable with the skin, because you see plenty of people on the internet who's generally quite embracing the thing of loose skin, and they're like, I overcame that, that was the previous me, and I'm carrying that with pride because I got rid of myself previously. But that's not the whole idea of this video. The whole idea of this video is you need to step out of your comfort zone. And if you're really thinking about opening a business and actually pursuing your dreams, there will be a certain amount of discomfort that will come to it. For example, you will have to make sales, whether it's online, whether it's in person, and those conversations are never easy because all the self-doubt that you have about the service or the item that you're selling, you start thinking that people will not buy, you're not good enough. All these things come in. But the thing is, you have to experience that. You have to overcome that. That's like completely normal thought process that every single person goes through. I do that every time. But the more times you do it, like the more repetitions you get in, the quieter that noise in your head gets, and you feel a lot more comfortable to hopefully the point where you don't even hear that voice in your head saying that this is not the good idea, what my friends will think about what I'm doing, oh, that person will not want to buy from me because my service or whatever is not good enough, I'm not the right person, I don't deserve this. These are just normal thought processes, but you will quiet that noise down over a period of time the more you do it. So in my friend's case, he just needs to get on and create some videos. Of course, as a professional videographer, the quality of the first few videos may not be as high as expected, but it's less about the quality of the first video, it's more about actually doing the thing that you are scared of and taking that first step towards your goals and ambitions. Because honestly, there's nothing wrong that will come out of that. For me personally, I'm scared clicking that record button every single time I sit in front of the camera. Now, I just find it less and less and less scary. So I just somehow sit down, press record, and film what I have to do. And then if I lose a thought, I'll just check my notes again so I can come back into the thought process that I was meant to be speaking about. But that doesn't matter. So you can also edit a lot of like failed attempts and things like that. What I didn't realize before creating content is how much of things are being cut out from every single piece of content that you see. You can see things like jump cuts, B-rolls, people adding in, but the only way to figure these things out is by actually starting to do the thing. So I figured it out by clicking a record button. For you, if you're thinking about launching a business, you will only understand the real barriers that people have in buying your services only when you will have to overcome objections that they are having about buying from you. Then you will realize what the real problems are. And you will realize that when you're trying to make a sale, your friend is not standing there criticizing you. So it doesn't fucking matter, does it? And that's why I love Alex Hormozy a lot. Like, he's probably one of my favorite people on the internet. He's like, doesn't matter what your haters say, we will all die anyways. It sounds brutal, but that's true. Like, we all have one shot at this life, and we just need to do what we can with our lives to create the best experience for ourselves. And some of that will involve you doing scary things. That's why if it's not scary, it's not worth it. I'm not talking about stupid things like don't jump off the bridge or anything. I mean more about if you're thinking about business idea, if you're thinking about going to university, if you're thinking about creating content, those things that you know in the long run, it will lead to a better version of yourself. And the worst thing that can happen is you will learn new skills, you will understand the process, and you will appreciate the process of content creation or business a lot more. And whatever your friends think, it doesn't fucking matter. Because if they're not living the life that you want, then you shouldn't really listen to them. And listen to the people that you want to live the life that they're living. Because we all have dreams and we all have certain people that are living in our dreams. Maybe you're watching this video, your dream is to sit in front of the camera, talk how uncomfortable it is to create a business, but you're sitting in your own personal training studio that you have created for people to help with their fitness goals. Maybe that's your dream life. So chase it. Remember, if it's not scary, it's not worth it. So do scary things on a regular basis, as long as they're not utterly stupid. And I'll see you in the next one.